The Intergovernmental Authority on Development Summit on South Sudan Crisis was attended on Monday by President Yoweri Museveni, Ethiopian Prime Minister Mariam Dessalegn, and Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. Sudan's Minister for Foreign Affairs represented President Omar al-Bashir. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Oryem Okello says a power-sharing agreement between President Salva Kiir and rebel leader Riek Machar has been agreed in principle at the meeting.
It is ensured to be a balanced package between the two parties to ensure that none of them is in a position to veto or to frustrate the execution of the agreement.
The two factions resumed peace talks last week under the auspices of IGAD in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. They are expected to sign an agreement on Monday, August 17th in Addis Ababa, amid pressure to beat an international deadline.
These are two very strong personalities, and the problem is the issue of personalities. We hope that now that we following this meeting, we have overcome the issue of personalities, and now we're dealing with the issue of ideology, we're dealing with the issue of the people's lives, we're dealing with the issue of the country of South Sudan.
However, that deal may now be under a new threat, as two former rebel commanders have announced a split from Machar while rejecting ongoing peace talks. In the agreement, Riek Machar will be handed the job of first vice president and given control of 53% of the oil-rich Upper Nile area. On Sunday, the Sudan Tribune newspaper reported that the talks had reached a dead end after both sides demanded for at least 70% of ministerial posts. News of the proposals have polarized opinion in Juba. U.S. President Barack Obama, while meeting East African leaders in Ethiopia during a recent visit, warned both sides of more sanctions and an arms embargo if they fail to sign an agreement by the deadline. Talks between President Salva Kiir and Riek Machar started in Addis Ababa in May last year. Since December 2013, when violence broke out in the country between forces loyal to Kiir and Riek, thousands have been killed and over 800,000 displaced. A recent report by Human Rights Watch blames government forces for extrajudicial killings against civilians.
What is important is here, do we look for peace first, or do we look for the issue of human rights first? In our view, we want to get peace and security first for the people of South Sudan, and then those matters of human rights and other things will be dealt with later.
If the agreement is signed, this would be the closest the factions have come to ending the 20 months conflict. Moses Akena, NTV.